Hi, bestie. How's it going? We are doing an interesting, well, okay, I guess not so interesting video today because this is really, really late and I'm also need to get something. Hold on, right? So this video is so late. So if you're a patron, you're watching this about 5 days late, which I'm sorry about. I just, I want to do a video every week for patrons. But if I've got nothing to talk about, I've got nothing to talk about. Do you know what I mean? So, and also, I guess I've sort of felt like busy in an anxious way. Do you know what I mean? Like busy with life stuff, and like life hasn't really how do I explain it? So like life be lifing, but like a lot's happened this week and I've had to be a lot of places, but also I don't know how to explain it. So basically the main things that have happened this week is I have been like going to the gym a lot, and I know that's a boring thing for me to tell you, but like I am so locked in with what I'm doing now that like going to the gym is a lot. I've also been like sleeping a lot, and I typically that would happen to me when if I'm in a depressive episode, which, if you've been around here long enough, you'll know that can and does happen to me. But when I'm in a mood like that, the first things that sort of go out the window is personal hygiene. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a gross thing, but like, yeah, that goes out the window. And then like tidying my surroundings, keeping everything clean, and then I oversleep as well. Like I'll sleep like 10 hours a day naturally. Like I won't be staying up late, I'll be going to bed early and I'll be waking up late. So recently, for like the last maybe 2 weeks, I have been sleeping so much. But you'll be glad to know I feel fine. My hygiene is normal, if not maybe a bit better. And my room is tidy, and like, the studio is a bit messy, but that's because I've got no space again. Advent calendar season. But I've been sleeping a lot, so I've been waking up late, and then I guess I've kind of got caught in this trap of, waking up and then grabbing my phone and doom scrolling for hours. Like today, I got up at 8. And then I didn't get out of bed until 10, which I think is really bad, because I suppose today of all days is the day where I could do it, because Friday for me is always a rest day in terms of I don't go for a run, I don't do any exercise. It's a day where I give my body a bit of a break, more so because I need to rest up, because tomorrow I'm doing park run, and I typically take a park run quite seriously, and I want to be really fast, and I'm going by myself. Also this week, Kyla. So if you've been around here a while, you'll know of Kyla. You may have seen her hands in a couple of videos and stuff like that. But Kyla is my sister-in-law. She's married to my brother, and she's who I live with. I think it was Wednesday. They set off. She set off for a 6 to 7 week holiday. She's walking. I think it's called El Camino. It's like this big old trail in Spain. So she's set off doing that, and it's the first time she's like been a mum or a wife like her whole life, which I know doesn't typically limit you, but if you are a mum or a wife, you'll know that you very rarely get to do things for yourself. So this first solo holiday ever, first thing that she's ever done for herself, and I'm like so excited for her. So she's doing that, and yeah, I guess that happened, and I don't know why I'm telling you about that, but yeah, that's happened, and yeah, like, I don't know why I'm telling you that, but yeah, that's sort of the things that have been happening. So I've been like doing like lots of life stuff. So yeah, working on Advent Calendar all last week as well. Currently nearly finished with the Halloween one. So the Halloween Advent Calendar is probably going to be my favorite one. I'm really getting into the Cherry Christmas one as well at the moment, but I've probably got maybe 2 more days to wrap, and I'm going to wrap a day today off camera, and then I will be waiting for I've got something coming which is for the final day in the Advent calendar. I'm just waiting for that to arrive. It should be arriving into this country on the 7th of September, and then normally it takes about a week for me to get it. So very late September is when I'll be shipping out these Advent calendars, which is really good. I'm also waiting for Max to come back from holiday. So he's gone on holiday as well with his dad. They've got a cute little, just the two of them, like a bros trip. They're going to like Croatia and stuff like that. They're doing that. So when he comes back from holiday, it should be, about time where we make the calendar together, because realize that it probably takes, we can do it with just 2 people making their Advent calendars. It's better with 4, but sometimes 2 is all I have. It's definitely miserable doing it by yourself, is what I would say. So yeah, got that coming up. I'm excited about those, and then working on the cherry one, which is just going to be so cute and coquette. And I've ordered a load of stuff, and I've designed a load of stuff already, and it's all arriving. I just don't know where I'm going to put it all, but hopefully you lot buy them all. They haven't even sold out yet, which I'm thinking, like, yeah, it's worrying, because like even the 24 that last year, that sold out in like 6 days, and I've got loads of those left. I don't know, it might be to do with the price, but it also could be the fact that everybody's doing Advent calendars now, and some people do boxes every month as well. So like, you got like a lot of commitments these days as well. So like, if I'm the most expensive and you could get mine, or you could get 2 other people's, you're probably going to go for 2, and that makes sense to me. So I don't really want to operate in a world where I reduce the quality, and therefore so that I can reduce the price. I don't want to live in that world, because honestly, I don't make much money from these Advent calendars. I really, really don't. So when I don't sell them all, I am out of pocket, but it'll be what it is. But I think these are going to be the last Advent calendars that I do, because not that it's been a flop or anything like that. They're just, I'm reacting to what you are telling me, and you are telling me that you don't want the Advent calendars as much, so I won't make them. So I think this year will be the last of the Advent calendars from my side, but just because I feel like everybody's doing them cheaper, and yeah, but I think we're also in the fact that, I can't send any to Europe. Not that I did have a big appetite from Europe anyway, but with the tariffs in America as well, So if you don't know, there used to be tariffs on importing things to America, and if it was over £800 or $800, then the end receiver would pay tariffs. Now it's on absolutely anything, which, you know, will encourage American buyers to primarily buy American, and I guess that's a good thing, but like the cost like is wild. So Etsy are encouraging us to increase the price of everything, and with that price increase, use that money to pay for things to get shipped with a company that will sort out the tariffs for you, which obviously is way more expensive, right? So instead of like sending things through Royal Mail, who I normally do, they want me to send it through DPD, which is wildly more expensive. Like my shipping's like, I don't make a penny. In fact, I probably lose money on shipping because I charge exactly what it costs, and Etsy take a cut of that. So I definitely lose money on shipping, but I don't want to charge like any more than I have to, right? I don't think people really mind shipping, but like if I'm now starting to charge like wild prices for shipping to America, I think it makes it worse. So a lot of Etsy stores I've seen have like stopped selling to America, and like I've decided not to stop doing that, because if you are okay with the tariffs, then you're okay with the tariffs. Like who I'm not the person to decide whether you should buy something or not. So I've done that, but I've definitely seen a reluctance from America to buy stuff. And, you know, previously I've had a big audience in America, like buying stuff, not as much as the UK. Like the UK is like always stayed strong. So yeah, it's alarming, it's worrying. I'm not 100% happy about it. But even at the moment, even if you did order something, I can't even ship it anyway, because Royal Mail aren't allowing us to make post like labels yet until they figured it all out. So it is what it is, I guess. But when these advent calendars come out, I hope nobody's like in America is really stung with any big old like price, like big old fines, because that's happened to me before. Like where I've ordered stuff from China, you have to be really, really careful about what type of shipping they've done it as. So there's there's a couple different types of shipping. One's called DDP and one's called DPP or something. The one you want is DDP, and that's like duty paid or something, which means they've paid the extra, they've sorted out the import taxes, and that's what they want us to do for America. But I'm like, I'm selling bloody cash envelopes. Can we like chill out? It's just getting more and more difficult to run a small business that you can rely on as your source of income. Like I'm really considering massively scaling back what I do and get a at least part-time job, which is makes me feel miserable. It really, really does. It makes me feel like a failure. It really does in a lot of ways. But at the same time, I am talented. I can get a normal job and I can still do this as like a side hustle. But like, it's just becoming more and more hard to be a small business owner. I mean, unless you go viral or become a very big business, it's difficult to make a living. It really is. And, you know, part of, you know, the biggest part of my business is to help you save money, and I can't do that if I'm overcharging you. So that's why I've always refused to overcharge. Now, some people might look at, you know, some of my prices, like the prices of the binders or the prices of the, by the way, my binders are the cheapest, but like you could look at the prices of my advent calendar, which, you know, they are probably the most expensive advent calendars in the budgeting world, at least, and think that I'm like overcharging people, but I'm really not. Like, I really care about the quality as well. So yeah, it's becoming harder and harder, and it's not making, I don't know, I guess I'm not feeling, I'm never ever going to give this up because it gives me too much joy. But I guess it's, I don't know how to explain it, right? I guess it's just becoming harder and harder to be a small guy when the only companies that are rewarded are the huge ones. So Temu's always going to do fine, Amazon's always going to do fine, but all I want to do is earn enough to save up for a house and get a couple of tattoos along the way. I get, you know, it's harder and harder and harder to do stuff. And also at the same time, nobody's getting paid very well. Do you know what I mean? So if you're not earning a lot of money and your disposable, I guess, cash is dwindling because the world is just harder place to live in, you're not going to spend all this money on cash envelopes, no matter how many get brought out and stuff like that. So I completely understand buying habits as well. So I guess it's just one of those difficult places to be in. I've been very grateful for a very long time to have this job where I can do it full time. But, you know, if it continues to be as difficult as this, I don't think it's sustainable for me, honestly. Like, I'm grateful for every sale that I get. I'm completely grateful. But honestly, when I look at how much money I'm earning, I could probably be earning more money sat on a till in Tesco. Yes, I'd be miserable, and that's the balance I need to strike, right? So I'd be absolutely fucking miserable doing a real job. I love the fact that I can wake up at 7 o'clock and doom scroll until 9. I love so much about my life the fact that I am able to spend hours at the gym, because I do on a, you know, 4 or 5 days a week. I do spend hours at the gym. And I love that I'm able to do that and come back, have a creative job. There's so many positives about this job. And I don't want you to think that everything I've just spoke to you about has been me moaning about the job, because I am literally so thankful, so in awe of everything that we've achieved together. But it might not be a sustainable thing for me because I really want a house and I'm not earning enough to save for one in a really meaningful way. And a lot of people might say, oh, if you just didn't get tattoos all the time, you would be okay. But to that, I would say £400 a month ain't gonna save me a house. But I guess what I can do is I can sort of lower my expectations, right? And start thinking about a flat, because I don't actually need a house, and a house might be a bit too much for me. And I've always said that. So maybe start looking at a ground floor flat because of cats. So yeah, I guess I could do that. But yeah, I don't want like this video to be me moaning or anything like that. But I guess it's been on my mind quite a lot. And it I'm not anxious about it. I'm just like, I'm just quite open to whatever happens, happens. Does that make sense? So I'm quite open to, look, if the business picks up again and, you know, America realizes that these tariffs are hurting the country, but they won't though, because all the money is going to the government. So the government is a little bit richer. Fuck the little man. But do you know what I mean? Like, if things change positively for the business, then why not? Like, I've always had ambitions for this business being bigger, me hiring people, me getting a bigger premises, and we were so close to getting there. And I'm so glad that I didn't pull the trigger on that, because I would be struggling, genuinely struggling to pay rent if I did. I really would be in a bad place. I would have probably folded already. But like, we are not in a place of collapse. Like with this business, there is plenty of money in the business, but I see trends. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been working retail at a managerial level for long enough to understand what a P&L looks like and what's happening. So yeah, I mean, I'm not worried, but I'm open to whatever happens, happens. Now, let's talk about like fun stuff. So today is Friday for me. I've got not much on. I am definitely filming this video with you now. By the way, this is a new savings challenge. It's going to be called Don't Worry, Be Cappy. And it's going to be a dice challenge. It's got a Capybara dice. It's a 6-sided dice. And I think it's going to be like a save 150 sort of challenge. It's going to have like a little insert that goes in it where you can mark off what you've got on your dice. And we are today sticking on the vinyl. Last night on last night's live, and by the way, well, I suppose if you're Patreon, you know about my other channel, and if you are watching this on catch up, you're already on Don't Trust Ira. So yeah, that's that. I'm just sticking the vinyl. Last night we actually cut these up, so we trimmed them and we hole punched them. So we are now just sticking the vinyl on them. And I think it's super, super cute. I think I did a really good job with this one. And hopefully it'll be a popular challenge. I think it's going to be like £6. I think that's about, or £5. Maybe it's 5. Yeah, I think it's 5 what I charge for these. Oh no, it's going to be 8 because it's got a dice of it. Yeah, because of postage. But obviously sugar daddies will get this when it's released. We've got a couple of other ones that I've been keeping secret from you as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Today I need to film this video. I need to film the next Patreon video, and I don't know what I'm going to talk about there. And I'm also going to pack orders, and I'm gonna go live on Instagram, and I'm gonna attempt going live on Don't Trust Ira at the same time. Because this is right. This is another thing, right? So Don't Trust Ira, when we were going live, probably this point last year, we would have like 150 people show up onto these lives to watch me make cash envelopes. But we'd start going live at like 8:30 at night. So, but now, even last night, I went live and 13 people were switched on, which that's different, right? So when I think about it personally, I don't care, because I go live to interact with you. It makes me happy. It's fun for me, and it's like a way to let off steam. However, the time is inconvenient for me. Do you know what I mean? So there's that to think about. So it makes me happy. So I'll probably always do them in some sort of capacity, right? However, the viewership has massively dwindled. Is it because it's boring, or is it because the timing's wrong, or anything like that? When I look at my analytics, it says most of you are online at 8 o'clock at night. So maybe they're being avoided because they're actually boring. So if they're boring, then from a business perspective, what's the point in doing them? So I guess I'm going to start playing around with changing times and changing platforms as well. So maybe I start thinking about going live on TikTok, going live on Instagram, doing those lives much more often. Maybe going live on the main budget with Ira. I stopped doing that because I felt like every time I went live, I would lose subscribers, and I was very much interested in gaining subscribers. But like that doesn't mean as much to me anymore. Subscribers don't really mean much to me. Of course, you mean much to me, but like having a massive follow account doesn't mean a lot to me. Like I feel like I've got a lovely, great core audience now, and I'm really thankful and grateful for you. So I guess I can try it. I guess I'm just open to trying a lot of things, and like if it works, like it's so much more fun doing a live stream where there's 50, 60, 70, 80 people there, because there's always something to talk about. Whereas last night, while it was fun, like with the sort of 20 odd of us, it's always fun. We always have a good time, but there's big periods of like silence where I'm trying to think of conversation to have, and I tell you almost everything about my life already. Like I need like much more interaction from you lot to tell me what's going on and stuff like that, so that I can weigh in and chat with you about it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's I feel like this has all been like doom and gloom and me moaning. I want you to know that I am so grateful, so humbled, so thankful. I have a job which can sustain me, but it doesn't move me on. Do you know what I mean? Like I earn enough money to pay all my bills, but I don't want to live in my brother's for the rest of my life. So like I'm so thankful for what I have. So thankful, but I want so much more for myself. In terms of money, if I could earn more money still doing this, I would. And I still am very hopeful that that is the case, but it might not be, and I need to be open and not what's the word? I need to be open to the fact that this might not be my calling after all. But yeah, anyway, let me tell you about something that has given me a great deal of joy recently. So I am like a hand cream person, not too much, but I love a bit of hand cream. And typically I would go to the Body Shop to get hand cream, and I'd normally buy either their coconut or their spearmint one. But look at this. This one is called Sugar Pumpkin Cozy Hand Balm, and it is sugar pumpkin. Honestly, if this was smell-o-vision, how do I describe it? Sugary pumpkin. It is just the nicest. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Makes me so happy. Oh, now I'm going to get bloody hand cream all over everybody's envelopes. That's why I don't use very much. But it's I bought two. One's for the car and one's for my pocket. Yeah, I love that. But like, what do you guys love? Like, that's my little thing. It's £7. Oh no, I shouldn't have put it on. It's now really slippery. Everything's really slippery. That was really dumb of me. I remember watching She's on a Budget before she went all Jesus-y. I used to watch every video she did. I need to wipe this off. I used to watch every video She's on a Budget did. I really liked her, really rated her. But I've got a certain amount of religious trauma, and I just can't perceive it in my life. When she admitted to everybody that she was still in debt, and she was talking about God and stuff like that. It just was too triggering for me. I couldn't be around it. And I know a lot of people like that in my life. One day maybe I'll tell you all about my sort of the reasons why and stuff like that. But I don't dislike people who are religious. I don't actively work towards or against people who are religious or anything like that. Like, you do you. Just don't make me believe what you believe, because it's never going to happen. How do I... It's really hard. Like, religion's a really difficult thing to talk about, because it's at the core of who people are, like at the values level. But when you are someone like me, who isn't necessarily like atheist or whatever, I just don't believe in anything like that. I believe we are on Earth having an experience that is not because of a deity. I don't believe that heaven or hell exists. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in the paranormal. I don't believe in the devil. I don't believe in hell. And equally, I don't believe in angels and gods and things like that. I think it's all just... okay, I don't believe in it. We're like, I feel very strongly about it in a way that, like, sometimes I can use language that can be quite combative to people who believe in God and religion, like, because, as I said, it's at their core, it's at their values level, it is a part of who they are. So when I say I don't believe in this, it makes people feel like I don't believe in them. Of course I believe in you. You're a person, you're in front of me. There is proof. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know why I went on to this, but yeah, I have a lot of religious trauma. So I don't... What was the point of me telling you all of that? I don't know, but you know, I'm not into it. Let's just say that. But I wouldn't actively want anybody who was religious to lead a life that was non-religious. Do you know what I mean? Like, you do you. Like, if it gives you peace and makes you happy, absolutely, you do that. It's when they try to force that on me that I become uncomfortable with. And I say uncomfortable because it would never happen. You could never force me to, I don't know, pray or whatever. Just wouldn't happen. Even if we're in like Gilead, I'd fake it till I made it. Has anybody watched? Do you know what? This is another thing about me, right? Who's like me with this? So I really, really get into series. Like, absolutely fall in love with them. But when they get cancelled, like series on telly, so I'm talking about, you know, some of my favourites are like Sense8, Supernatural, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, True Blood, things like that. They really, really, I love them. Okay, so I get really into them. But when they finish, like when I finished that last Harry Potter book, or when Sense8 finished, or, you know, like when you've watched the last episode, it makes me feel the most profound feeling of loss. Like, what am I going to do with my life now? That really lasts a long time. It really makes me miserable. I've been watching Handmaid's Tale, and it's the last season now. I can't watch the last season because then it's going to be over. And what am I going to do with my life when it is over? Like, the thought of that makes me like really, really sad. So I haven't watched it yet, and I can watch it. It's on 4. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm like prolonging the pain. But also, you know, remember I was saying that I was really into the Sandman? I've watched everything up to the final episode. Like, I don't want to know how it ends. What if it makes me sad? That's like a weird way to be, isn't it? So, yeah. I don't really know what else to talk to you about. But when I, like, last video I put up, it was just a random stream of consciousness. And people, like, the comments were like, oh, I really, really like that. I would look up the last comments, but I need to get these done. What I want to do today, because by the time it's 11:30 now, by the time these are done, it'll be about 12ish. We've probably got about another half an hour, so lock in, everybody. I need you to put a shift in. I need to probably go and eat something, although I'm feeling quite full because I've just had they are in Tesco's. They're a protein shake and they're 50 grams of protein. And I don't normally go for a protein shake because, like, I don't really like the taste of them. But 50 grams of protein, that's like 2.5 chicken breasts. Like, I don't know how they fit it into them, and I don't know how, but I need to get a lot of protein into my body because I'm fucking heavy. So 50 is like, okay, wow, but protein shakes are very filling. I got strawberry and I had a salted caramel one yesterday. Salted caramel one was so thick that I couldn't finish it. Like, it was a lot. I drank it before I went swimming, which is going very well, by the way. So if you haven't been on my lives, I take swimming lessons because I never learned as a kid. Don't know why. I certainly had swimming lessons, but I've always been like the weakest swimmer. I think I was a very easy kid to... I've learned... Oh, God. I learned very early to be quiet and stay out of the way so that I'm not noticed. What a weird thing to admit to you, right? Anyway, I didn't learn properly, and I managed to just skate by. And so I see that as a weakness, and I want to be able to swim. I want to feel comfortable in the water because I love being in the water. I love dicking about in the water. I just don't like that sort of feeling of panic being in water where my feet can't touch the ground. Like, I want to be able to be like, oh yeah, I just swim out of this. So anyway, started taking these adult swim lessons, which were so difficult to find somewhere to do it. Found this gym that's probably about half an hour, 45 minutes drive away from me. And it's a really posh gym. Like, it's much nicer than the gym I go to on a daily basis. But I only go there for the pool, and there's adult swim lessons. So I've been in the beginner class for, I guess, like about 2 months, maybe 6 weeks, right? And I sort of picked up the sort of swimming part of it quite quickly. Like, there were things that I was doing wrong, as in like not breathing, or as in, like, if you're doing the front crawl, right, you're supposed to put your head up out of the water maybe every 3rd or 4th arm stroke. I was doing it every 8th or something, so obviously I was getting exhausted, couldn't do a whole lap or whatever, didn't know what to do with my legs. You feel very, very conscious of your whole body when you're learning something physical. Like, do you remember when you like started to learn to drive and you don't really know what to do with your feet and you feel really awkward and weird? It's like that with swimming as well. So been learning that, and then last week she said you're a bit better than a beginner, and I was starting to feel that way as well, because I originally started with it was me, this guy, and this like older lady. And the older lady, she ain't interested. She doesn't really try. And the other guy, so the girl that teaches us, she had a holiday for a couple weeks, and there's a guy that stepped in and taught. And the other guy that I was with, he really responded to that guy, so he switched over to his lesson. Anyway, so this lady who was rubbish finally dropped out and decided not to do it anymore because she just wasn't putting any effort into it, right? And also her name was like Aya or something, which is so annoying because her name was so close to mine. Anyway, we got 2 new people to swim with me, and they were right at like weeks 1 and 2, and they were bad. We're talking like 45, 50-year-old men swimming with floaties. They were really rubbish swimmers. And I'm okay to say that because a couple of weeks ago, that was me. But they're like petrified of the water. Anyway, I was like leagues beyond them. So she was like, okay, it's now time for you to go up to the intermediate. Come half an hour later. So I was like, yeah, sure, let's do intermediate. So I had my first intermediate lesson yesterday. Lesson 1, let's turn in the water. Let's get to the end. Like, say this is the pool here. Let's swim front crawl, turn in the water, and then do backstroke on the way back. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Did I do it? Yes, I bloody well did. But so hard. And this girl that is swimming with me, she's younger than me. She's like in her 20s, like late 20s. She's really good. She's a really good swimmer. But I am faster than her because of genetics. That's all it is. So yeah, swimming's going really well. I can't wait to, beat Michael Phelps and get my first Olympic gold medal, which will happen. But I guess it's just, my goal for swimming is to be able to comfortably swim for an hour, like an hour non-stop. Just doing very, very easy, relaxed, like lengths. And I've got very good stamina with running. Like I can run for an hour non-stop quite comfortably. If it's slow enough, I can run for an hour non-stop. Easy, right? Well, not necessarily easy, but like doable, right? But swimming uses so many different parts of your body. Like it was really working out my arms yesterday, and I'm like, ugh. Because when I go to the gym, it's pretty much every day is leg day. It's real focus on running strength. So I don't really get much of a chance to work out my arms. So when I go swimming, it's like, pushing water is very, very difficult. So I just want to be able to, maybe once or twice a week, just do some lengths at my local swimming pool, because it's really, really, there is no single drawback to swimming. Like none at all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could drown, but like there's no drawback. Like it is very low impact, yet it is a really good muscle workout on so many different muscles. There's a reason why so many people do it. You'll get fucking jacked doing it. And it's like if you go swimming with someone, like you can chat and like, I don't know. I just really, really like the thought of just being very comfortable at swimming. So yeah, I just wanna pick it up and be really good at it. I want to be able to just be comfortable in the water. But also, if I fell out of a boat, I could just backstroke somewhere, because I could backstroke all day long. So I think if I fell out of a boat 2 months ago, I'd have panicked and drowned in seconds. But now I just go on my back, just backstroke somewhere. That's what I'll probably do. But yeah. What else shall I talk to you about? I want to, we're nearly done. Well, I say we're nearly done. We've got a lot more to do. I want to talk about positive things because I feel like the first sort of half of this has been, how's the audio, by the way? The first half of this has been very like doom and gloom. And I want you to know that I'll pretty much always tell you what's going on in my world and what's going on in my mind. And, you know, sometimes I will catastrophize stuff. Sometimes I will overshare the negatives and glaze over the positives because that's pretty much what I do in my own life. Like when something really good happens to me, like I've got a promotion at work or a pay rise, or I've been on telly talking about cash stuffing, or I don't know, made a certain amount of money in a year, I tend to not share it because, yes, of course that happened. I worked really hard to make that happen. Do you know what I mean? But when bad stuff happens or bad stuff is happening, I'm like, it's because I'm a bad person. Talking of bad stuff, last weekend I scattered my mum's ashes. So we all grew up in this really little village. So we're all from Wiltshire. And there's this really little village, less than 100 houses. Grew up there pretty much my whole life. I think I moved, oh no, I moved out of there when I went to uni. Okay, that's good. When I went to uni. So lived there for like, you know, pretty much 20 years. And I guess we all grew up there. And all like it was such a nice place to grow up. Like, you know, you can imagine me, right? 5 older brothers, 1 little brother in this 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom house. Yeah, 4-bedroom house. There was so many of us, all of us like on top of each other, really, really boisterous. Every day was fun. There's always someone new to hang out with. Like absolutely brilliant. And yeah, this little house, and then we backed off onto Salisbury Downs. So Salisbury Downs, if you don't know, is big MOD training area. So you'd be on a dog walk and it would not be surprising to come across a convoy of tanks. And they chuck sweets out at you and stuff like that. Like it would not be weird to see like a load of helicopters like flying. Like it's a very military area. Like loads of places very, very close to you cordoned off because it's so full of landmines. It's unsafe. Loads of like, you know, you'd be woken up really early on a Sunday morning because they're practicing shooting and stuff like that. Like that's sort of where I grew up. So we'd be out there on our BMXs and our motorbikes, and like it was a wicked, wicked place to grow up. And you know, it was very, very simple country life. We did not have a corner shop. We did not have the nearest corner shop was a full drive. We had a pub, but obviously I never got to go in there because we moved out of there before I turned 18, and I wasn't really a social person anyway. I'm not really a pub person anyway, unless I'm going with friends. Anyway, I think we've all got really, really lovely memories of growing up in this little village. It was very idyllic. You know, the sorts of memories I have is just these long, drawn out bank, you know, when you're on the summer holiday, and the summer holiday feels like it's 2.5 years, but it's like 6 weeks. You got these summer holidays and you're just a day of doing whatever you want to do. Do you know what I mean? And we'd just go out and walk with the dogs and say hello to the cows. Like it was just lovely, lovely to grow up. And I think, you know, obviously my mum said the same. So on the day she died, like when she knew she was dying, she said that she'd like her ashes to be spread down, we call it the backtrack. So it's basically just like, it is a backtrack. So it's down the whole length of the village. So at the top of the village, there was a play park, and it went all the way down. This backtrack went all the way down to the bottom, almost to where the pub was. Probably, I don't know, 50 meters, something like that. It used to be like really rutted because people would like what's it called, ride their horses down there, and when the mud got sort of wet, it would like rut up loads. And my brothers used to take me and my little brother, put us in like a double buggy. We were always in a double buggy, right? And race us, like push us as fast as they could down this backtrack, and we break loads and loads of buggies. They get in so much trouble, but we loved it. Anyway, she said that she wanted her ashes spread down this backtrack, and I don't know why. I don't even know why I don't even think she spent any significant time down the backtrack. She was always at home, like cleaning the house or cooking, like she was a proper housewife. But I guess because it was the village that we all grew up on, it's the village that she grew her family in, like she has her best memories there. And the fact that as kids we all loved this backtrack so much, she just wanted to be down there, so we did that. She was very, very clear in that she wanted all of the grandkids to spread her ashes as well. So let's see, so how many grandkids were there? So the brother below me has 1. The brother above me has 6. The brother above that has 3. And the brother above that has none. And the brother above that has 2. So it was that many grandkids spreading these ashes up the backtrack. And it was a nice day, but it was just, some of these things, right, you expect to be like a lot more emotional. Like you build them up in your head. Like I built this up in my head for a long time to be something bigger, but it was just very the final thing to do. Like we'd had the funeral, I'd seen her in hospital, like we'd done all the big stuff. This was just the final thing we had to do, and it was very not transactional, but it was like, yeah, that's done now. I don't need to be sad anymore. There weren't like any tears or anything like that. On the day, everyone was pretty chill with each other and like pretty like, do you know what I mean? So it was nice more than anything. It wasn't sad or anything like that. So I think, when I die, if I've got family like my mum had, I'd like to have something like that for them, because I think it was nice, no frills, no license. I don't know if you like supposed to get permission from the council or anything like that to do that. Probably, but we just went and did it. What they're gonna do? Fine us? I guess so, but they wouldn't. So yeah, that was really, really nice. Like, how doom and gloomy has this one been? I don't know if I really should even film the next one. I need to start thinking about different things to talk about. So let's talk about what's coming up for me. So I've got stuff to do today. I've definitely got to pack orders. And then Saturday, I will be doing my park run in the morning. And then when I get back, I'm going to film videos. I am going to film a video on Saturday about emptying my little wonders. Now, I didn't want to empty my little wonders, but I really miss Jake, and Jake really misses me. I really want a holiday this year. And have I had one? Yes, I have. I've been to Vegas, but I don't know. I just feel in my, it's really hard to describe. I just feel in my soul that I need to go and see Jake. Like, I don't know what it is. I know he's okay. I know he's happy. I know he's living his, like, a really good life. But like, I just feel like I need to do a solo holiday, travel by myself. It's going to be very scary. I know I need to do that. I know I need to do it for me, but it's going to cost a lot of money, like thousands. And I don't have the money for it. But I do have it in my Little Wonders. Now, my Little Wonders were supposed to be all about saving up money, like an extra 5.5 grand for when I've bought my house. I've got all this like buffer money to, like, I don't know, buy some white goods or pay some fees and stuff like that. But getting a house this year, it's just not going to happen. I've not been earning enough. And like, that goes back to the points I was talking about earlier on. Like, maybe if I was a cashier at Tesco's earning 2 to 3k a year and then having this as a side hustle, maybe not 3k, like I've seen cashiers at Tesco earn 2k a month. That's more than me right now. Anyway, if it's just not going to happen. Like, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to have a deposit that I want. But like, I guess I can do a deposit on anywhere, but can I trust that I would earn enough money on a monthly basis to pay a mortgage? And I don't think I can right now. Like, if my mortgage was £600 plus all of the and that's very low. Like, a lot of them are in, that's why I wanted to have like a 100k deposit. But if I, let's say I had that and I had to pay council tax and stuff like that, we'll be talking thousand, like a lot more money than what I'm paying right now. And I'm only just scraping it out now. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I wouldn't get tattoos and stuff like that because I wouldn't be able to afford it. But I'm in my make myself the best me era. Anyway, what was the point of what I was saying? Anyway, so because it's not going to happen with those, I am, it makes sense to take the money out of that, and that could pay for my flight. And I might even get like a nice flight, like upgrade a little bit, because it's such a long flight. Wouldn't it be nice if I wasn't in economy for the whole journey? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if I got upgraded? Wouldn't it be nice if I upgraded myself? But I don't want to spend like 10k. But like, if a flight is normally 1,000, why don't I spend 2,000 and be a little bit more comfortable? I'm really not interested in what's it called, like champagne and stuff like that, but like being a bit more comfortable in a comfortable seat. I hate sitting down. Like, this is going to be gross what I'm about to tell you, but like, where I've lost weight off my bum, and my bum is so bony now that it's not comfortable to sit on anymore. I don't enjoy being sat down, and at the moment I've been sat down for 58 minutes. Hopefully we can make this less than an hour, this video. But yeah, I don't like sitting down. I'd rather be stood up doing stuff. But yeah, so, but as you can see already today, I've only been stood up apparently for 1 hour, or a couple minutes within 1 hour. I made my bed and everything. Oh, my bed is so nice. I want to go to bed now, but I'm not. I'm going to cut some vinyl, eat some lunch, and then go live. So maybe I've already seen you on the live. Maybe I've seen you already, which would have been nice, but if not, it's nice to have you on here. So anyway, what sorts of things do you want me to talk about next time? I want to do like little videos, like little vlogs and things like that. I think I want to take you with me when I get my next tattoo. Like I want to do like little vlogs with you, but like that's like effort, which I'm happy to do. I am genuinely happy to do. But like, I don't know how many people actually see these videos. Like when I look at it on Patreon, it says like 50 odd people watch them. Then when it goes on to Don't Trust Ira, then a couple hundred people will watch them. So they're like, it's never going to be no, I don't think these are ever going to be videos where I should be putting a lot of effort into them because I'm not going to get any many views back from it, if that makes sense. So I'm still going to put most of my effort into Budget with Ira videos, but I'd like to do like low effort, low editing videos like this. But maybe we can do some vlogs. Anyway, I am done with this. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed this ramble. Please don't think I'm going to quit the YouTube channel anytime soon. I don't think it will ever go anywhere. It just might look slightly different one day, but I need to explore all of that as and when it happens. But you know, hopefully we're in a funk, but if we're not, I need to be open to that. But anyway, thanks for being here. I've enjoyed making these with you, and I'll see you again on the next one, bestie.